Hi guys, Darth Deuces here, back on the Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today taking a look at one I was pretty excited to get. It is Ezra Bridger, from technically the hologram we see in the Ahsoka series, but also it is his season 3 and 4 design from the Star Wars Rebels show, which I did recently just finish rewatching. I absolutely love that show. It's an awesome show, and I really like this design for Ezra. I like it more than his season 1 and 2 look. Bit older, a bit more experienced, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I was definitely looking forward to get this figure because it is basically season 3 and 4 Ezra. Obviously, it does use the actor's likeness from the show, um, but still looks yeah, I would say they cast pretty well because I definitely think this looks like Ezra. But yeah, let's just take a closer look right off the bat at that head sculpt and face print that I think looks really good. It does come off a little glossy, but it's not too bad. I do like he has his two little scars there, which is great. I think the eyes and the facial details, I think, are all really cleanly done. The hair looks good. And yeah, obviously it uses the likeness of the actor from the show and that really brief appearance that he wore this outfit for that hologram scene when Sabine's watching it. But I kind of get the feeling that this head sculpt maybe is kind of like what they did with the Clone Wars Anakin, where they obviously based it off the actor, but kind of also sort of merged it with how the animated model kind of looked. I might be crazy. Maybe that's not the case at all here, but I feel like that's kind of how it looks. Either that or they just did a really good job at casting Ezra for live action, because this is definitely how I feel he'd look realistically. So yeah, it looks good. Then his outfit, this figure, as far as I can tell, is all new sculpting. The torso looks great. His little like chest armor, collar armor thing going on here looks good. It's got some silver scratching for some little bit of wear and tear, which I think looks nice. And then the outfit itself looks good, and the paint that's applied is done pretty cleanly. Does have his little wrist communicator thing on his left wrist, which is painted and sculpted nicely with some gloves on his hands there, which look good. The belt cleanly applied, painted and sculpted. The buckle looks nice. It's got a holster. The pants are pretty basic. He does have some armored shin guards and the boots that I think look pretty good as well. Um, not a super ton to say, but it all looks really good, and it's pretty accurate to how the outfit looked from the show. So very happy to get this version of Ezra in figure form. It's honestly, didn't know if we'd ever get this in figure form. So yeah, looks great. Articulation wise, you've got a dumbbell joint in the neck as well as the base of the head there. So he looks up quite a bit, looks down a decent amount, pivots quite a bit, and you get rotation. Hinges at the shoulders move out that far. They rotate. The collar piece here is, or shoulder piece is made of a softer plastic, so it will get out of the way. He does have a butterfly joint in there, but you're really not getting a ton of movement as per pretty average for Black Series at this point. But there's a bit of shifting motion there. Single hinges at the elbow move quite a bit past 90, which is nice, and swivels at the wrist as well. Up and down hinge for the right hand, in and out for the left hand, which is good. Waist joint, which goes back not really that much, crunches forward an okay amount, rotates and pivots. Hip joint goes outwards. These plastic bits for the belt and the straps are made of soft plastic, so they don't really hinder any articulation. Go back just a little bit. And it can do almost a full splits, which is cool. Sole cut at the thigh there. Single hinge at the knee that goes about 90. And then hinges at the ankle that go up just a little bit. They do get hindered by the sculpt of the armor there. Go down in a decent amount, and rocker for pivot. So he's got pretty good articulation. You should be able to get a good amount of the poses that you want to get out of this character. So that's good. In terms of accessories, it doesn't come with a ton of stuff. Pretty much just the essentials. He does come with a blaster pistol. It is just a Han Solo DL-44, made of a nice sturdy plastic though, which I like, and it's just in a gunmetal gray with a silver bit on the muzzle there. It looks good. It's close enough. This isn't technically accurate to the pistol in the show anyway, like in the animated show. He had a gun that looked a lot like Han Solo's pistol, but it wasn't actually his pistol. So it would have been kind of nice if it got a more unique sculpt for this. But this works good enough. I'm not going to complain too much. He does have a trigger finger on the right hand, so he can hold the pistol, and that looks pretty good. or you can store it in the holster, and that will store nice and securely in there. That is not going anywheres, so that is very cool. He also comes with his lightsaber. This is actually the exact same sculpt that came with the uh, Sabine figure that just came out not too long ago. It is painted very nicely with some gunmetal gray and some lighter silver, and then you got a nice green blade. Although I will say that this hilt, I think, again, is inaccurate. I think this hilt is meant to be with Sabine's modifications that they mentioned that she did to the hilt, as it doesn't look super accurate to how his hilt looked in the animated show. So I kind of wish, again, they would have went in and given him a more unique sculpt to be accurate to the show. But again, at the end of the day, it doesn't really bother me that much. It is what it is. But he does, hold it. He holds it the best actually in his left hand for one-handed poses, just because the right hand is a bit wider for the trigger hand. But yeah, he holds that just fine. You can get two-handed poses just fine on that as well. Or he does have a little hook on his belt. You can remove the blade, no problem, and you can hang that off of his belt if you want to, and that looks really good as well. Do wish he would have came with a little more stuff. The biggest thing that comes to mind is his painted Scout Trooper helmet. That would have been really cool if they would have included that. It doesn't appear in the show, like the Ahsoka live action show, so they get a pass for it because he didn't have it in the show. But it would have been nice if they included it as a little extra little nod to the animated series. But yeah, it's all right. Just something that would have been really cool if they would have included. But for comparisons, I guess first off, Ezra has gotten a Black Series figure before with a figure based on his season 1 and 2 animated appearance, given the realistic treatment. And I think these two look pretty good together. I like that the new one is a bit taller because he is supposed to be a bit older. And I do like that these guys do kind of look plausibly like the same person, just at different stages of their life, which is nice. Aside from the skin tone, the old one, he is very white, he's very pale, and the new one, he is very tan. Just got a lot more sun traveling the galaxy with a ghost crew, I guess. But yeah, this figure's cool, but this one's also a very nice articulation upgrade. The hips are terribly engineered on this figure. He could barely move his hips, so you can really only get him standing there. So this one's definitely a nicer figure just in terms of posability and all that stuff. And then just for some other characters from the live action show, here is Ahsoka. And then here is the mentioned Sabine from the show. And I think these three look really great together. Really like how these look. And I'm glad we got Ezra in this look because it only appeared for like 30 seconds in the show, the live action show. I assume we'll get another Ezra with his look later on in the show, but for now, pretty happy to have this one. Anyways, that is pretty much it. Overall, I think this is a great figure. If you're a fan of the Ahsoka show, and definitely if you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels, I think this is definitely a must-get. I'm sure many Rebels fans have been waiting for this look to be made into a figure for a very long time now. And I think they delivered pretty good. Decent accessories, great articulation, looks great. Can't ask for too much more than that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. May the Force be with you.